are here with the man himself, Mr. Joe Clair. You know, I grew up watching you on, you know what I mean, on Rap City.
Yes,
You know, people have seen you from there. I grew up seeing you doing your comedy. You know what I mean? Tell the people what you got going on now, man.
Well, I'm here at Digital Hollywood to really hone in on what is the next generation of my business. You know, being in front of the camera is one thing, and I recently got behind the camera doing production, TV shows, and that kind of thing. And I see that, you know, the future is digital. It's going that way. It's going to be what it is. And if you don't know, then you're in the outs. So just like anything else in hip hop, we want to be down. We want to know what it is. And as you can see, it's very few brothers here. So I figured, you know, let me get a leg up where I can. I have a couple of online projects that me and a partner of mine are trying to get off the ground. So we came today to, you know, investigate, network, shake hands, and see where technology meets what I'm trying to do.
So we see a lot of social media taking off these days. You have your Twitters, your Facebooks, and really to connect with your fans these days, these are some things that you really just have to be a part of. Can the people catch you on MySpace, Facebook? Do you have all those pages?
I'm just like everybody else. You can go to MySpace /Joe Clair, Facebook Joe Clair. I'm getting the Twitter thing now. I got people following me, and all I did is sign up for Twitter. And people say, oh, I'm such and such is following you and that kind of thing. Me personally, I've always been hungry, get it myself. Like you said, Rap City, I sought that job out. They didn't come after me. I went and got that job.
Talk a little bit more about it because people don't know, but they want to know. This is why they following Joe Clair on Twitter. They want to know how it all got started.
Well, it got started like this. I was fresh out of college. I was a stand-up comic, and you know, me and hip hop go hand in hand. I know anything, or I think I know anything and everything about hip hop. Somebody's gonna have to beat me. And that was the show that I watched every day. I came home every day just like you did and watched Rap City before I was the host. And I called these people. What I did is I called 411, got the number to BET. This is a true story. Called, said, can I have Rap City? They said, well, who do you want? I said, the director. Right? There's no director, sir. There's a producer. I said, oh, yeah, him then. Yeah, let me speak to the producer. And they said, well, you want the associate producer or the supervising producer? I thought associate was higher than supervisor. The associate producer. So I start calling this guy's phone. And I call, and I don't get I call his phone. Hey, my name is Joe Clair. I'm a comedian, blah, 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 blah. Please give me a call. Click. No call back. A couple days later, he ain't call me back. Let me call him again. Hey, my name is Joe Clair. I'm a comedian. Blah, 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 blah. No call back. Let me call him again. Hey, this went on for about 10 months. 10, 11 months. Real talk. I had nothing to do. I had nothing to lose. I was a new comedian. So when you're a new comedian, all you doing all day is drinking beers and watching TV. One day, a buddy of mine calls. He's a DJ. And I used to carry his crates into the club to get into the club free. He calls me the next day. He says, yo, man, I'm going to be on Rap City tomorrow. And I'm like, you got to be kidding. But he didn't know that I had been calling these people. I said, well, you know, can I tag along, you know, just check it out, see what they do. He said, yeah, cool, but I don't know what we're shooting. At the time, you know, I was fresh out of college. Me and my roommate had this beautiful spot in Capitol Hill in D.C. I said, well, why don't y'all shoot it here? You know, we ain't had no furniture. There was no, up in the bedrooms, yeah, beds, stereo, refrigerator, and beer. So, but we got exposed brick walls and a fireplace and a spiral staircase and hardwood floors, but nothing in it. So I said, you know, see if y'all can shoot here. And the next day, Rap City came to my house. I could not believe it, man. Rap City came to my house. The guy walks in. I introduced myself. He said, you a comedian, right? I said, yes. Man, I've been looking for you because I saw you open for Paul Mooney, and I thought that you were hilarious. I just couldn't remember your name. Boom, 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 boom. The guy who I've been calling comes in about 10 minutes later. I introduced myself. He's like, yeah, you called me the other day, right? I said, yeah, that would be me. He said, hold on, you've been calling me for a while, haven't you? I said, yeah. He said, man, you know this the dude that's been calling, leaving the messages for the past year or whatever. The other guy goes, you know what's funny? This is the guy I've been telling you about that I couldn't remember who he was. After that, I started hosting the show with Big Les.
So, man, just hearing a story like that, that's kind of inspirational for the people out there. So, what does that tell you about persistence? Because I'm sure you've used that lesson in a lot of things that you've done throughout your career.
If it wasn't for that, I probably would have been done. I probably would have used my college degree and gone back into social work or something by now. Learning that lesson has kept me going forever. That's why I do what I do now. It's work, number one. Number two, it allows me to learn this other stuff. You know, that other side of the camera. You know, I watch like one of my inspirations is Ron Howard, who we remember as a kid and then grew up. And you know, now he's a blockbuster movie maker. But what he was persistent, and every situation he got into, he went and learned something. So when I shoot a commercial, I'm going to ask them, what's the difference between the camera that you're using and this camera right here? You know, so I can tell the difference.
Right.
You know, about $100,000. But, you know, I understand. I understand how this P2 technology works now. I understand how encoding works, frame rate and compression and all of those types of things, so that I can know the front and the back of what's going on and sustain myself in doing something that I love doing. So, you know, that persistence that I learned many years ago has paid off very well, man.
Man, persistence, intelligence, relevance, and constantly working. Joe Clair, we appreciate it, man. Thank you so much.
Shout out to Black Tree TV. Keep it moving, for real, for real.
You know I'm for you when your heart is slow.